gosh, why I'm keen about that. Active, passive, this is your life plan. Hello, and welcome to Soul2Body. I'm happy to see you again. Thanks for your time, I appreciate that. Today's video is about a topic I'm really keen about. This is really important to me. The topic is a kind of comparison between esotericism, sorry, it's really difficult for me to pronounce, esotericism versus spirituality, because according to my understanding, many people mix these two words or these two terms completely up. They are completely baffled. Their mind is completely baffled when it comes to esotericism versus spirituality. And this is so important to understand the differences between both. For me, and now I put this in a nutshell, esotericism is pointed outwards and spirituality is pointed inwards inside of you. Esotericism outwards, spirituality inwards. What's about that? What does it mean? I want to point out that esotericism tries to find answers, and this word try implies how they work, what kind of tools they want to use. For me, to my understanding, esotericism is like a science. People, scientists, authors, book authors, they want to examine and describe certain topics. They even do universal research on that, and they say if this happens in this state of mind, then this will happen, and if we pair some groups and compare them to each other, then those who meditate about that topic have these results, and who won't meditate, they will fail the exam or something like that. And then authors come along and they write books about what your mind can do and what not can do, and then this is influenced by many beliefs from the physical world and the nature science, you know. And altogether, it's a conglomerate of all beliefs and things, and trying to understand what really is inside of us and how we create the world. And the focus on the esotericism side is outwards. Okay, they want to describe, they want to observe, and they want to write a book about how things are connected. But the observer is outside, it's outside of you, you know. And this is for me the biggest difference between both, because spirituality, okay, to sum it up, esotericism is more mind-based. It's all about your mind. And the mind is always close to the ego. And when I will use the next word, which is personality, then for me personality or your character is something that has developed in the course of the time of your life, that is created by society, by friends, by belief system, by religion, by your school time, whatever. And at the end there's a character, or you can call it your personality, but this is not you. You are much more. You are a God-given creator. You are God itself, and this is not your character, it's not your personality. But esotericism talks about your character and your personality and all that stuff, and there are many other fields like astrology and all that stuff that plays into this big topic, you know, all that is inside that big topic. So you see, this is always, the focus always outside, and it's all on this, what you can see with your eyes, with your ears, and what you can examine. So, and this is good for people, this is not bad, this is good for people that have access to this topic, or they want to have their questions answered in a very logically and strategic way, and which is mind-based, which is good, because there are a lot of people that need this way of understanding, and this is good, because if your mind understands, it will release and relief also, it will relax, and things can come into flow. That's very good. But there is also another side of the coin. I would say it's a bad side, because esotericism is like a stereotype. These are the hippie guys, or the guys that lost grounding, that are high up in the sky, and they live out of air and love. You know what I mean? They are not grounded, they are not based, they're at the edge of society, or they're completely misfits or whatever, you know. And this is what society makes a stand out of that, when they just look at the esotericism side. And this is for me just a small part. My heart, and this is why I'm keen about that, is beating for the spirituality side of life. For me, spirituality is connected to your heart. In the first place, this is heart opening, freeing yourself, get rid of your boundaries, get rid of everything that bounds you, that holds you back. Open your heart. Get into your feelings, not emotions. Get into your feelings. Start understanding what your heart wants to say to you. And the language of the heart is the language of your soul. If you and we together find out what your heart really wants to tell you, you will get access to the language of your soul, and with that you can follow the plan of your soul. This is your life plan. You and your potentials, all your abilities, all what you got in life, you can bring into life. You can multiply it, you can spread it, you can grow, and you can motivate and inspire other people, because now when you follow this side, you can bring the best of you into life and share it. And this is so great, and this is where my heart is beating for, to accompany people that are willing to go with me along on this side. Okay? Spirituality. The focus is inwards, inside of you. And it also means to handle all the challenges and patterns and things that you have to face to break through these walls that you are surrounded with. This is a field where you have to work on if you want to proceed. Okay? It's not enough. Spirituality means it's not enough to think about it, to observe it with your mind, with tools from the outside, to do experiments with groups of people. No, it doesn't work like that. Spirituality means that you have to start with yourself. That you have to cut the ropes loose, to free yourself, to ground yourself, to be humble, to be brave, to go back to your roots, and to start the most impressive and most priceless journey in your life, and this is the journey inside of you. This is spirituality. Spirituality also means to be more and more connected with your spiritual powers and the spiritual beings and creatures and that helps you, that surrounds you. You get in contact with them. This is a very active way. For me, esotericism is very, very passive. Spirituality is very, very active. Passive, esotericism, spirituality, active. And you see, it's like yin-yang, it's together. It forms a unit, both belong together. But it's not enough to read your books, to think about that. It's way far not enough to do that, to follow the esotericism side. And don't be afraid about that. Focus on the spirituality, because this is what really is you. And it doesn't matter if you believe in angels, in native beings or creatures from the nature, or if you follow the native Indian way. It doesn't matter, or if you are into Asian stuff in Buddhism and Hinduism, and it doesn't matter at all, because you will find which spiritual or energy beings will help and guide you. It's really not the matter. You don't start like, okay, what kind of god or creature will help me most? No, no, no. In this moment, you open yourself, all these beings will appear and help you, and you will feel it. And it's don't think about that. That doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go back to this comparison, esotericism and spirituality. I'm pretty sure that you get the point that I want to tell you, even if it's a little bit challenging for me to explain it as a non-English speaker. But I think you get the point what I want to say. And many people are afraid of these topics. The general topic is self-development, is self-centering, is self-grounding, is becoming more and more self-aware, is self-love, and all these topics, these terms, they are important for a healing process. Healing doesn't always mean to heal a certain kind of illness or a specific pain, like my leg hurts or something like that. It is a message for you in that moment, but it's much more. Healing means to get from the outside, from this nutshell outside, inside, in your heart, to let your soul being fulfill each and every cell of yourself and express your soul being through your body, through your words, through your acting, through what you bring outside. This is it. This is healing, because you go from the outside into the inside, and then you bring all that love, that light, your soul being into the world, and then your question will be answered, like, what's my perfect job, my perfect partner, where should I go, should I move, should I stay, whatever. These are answers that nobody from the outside can bring to you and shouldn't bring to you. I'm a coach since many years. I do systemic coaching and all that stuff, and I'm a psychological advisor and all that stuff, and life counselor and all that stuff, and all that's what I do. I never ever give the answer to my clients, never ever. I'm like an artist, and I have my tools, and then I start to cut and to work on this wonderful statue or that wonderful piece of wood that my client is, and together we create this statue, and then they will discover the beauty and the answers that they are looking for. And this is, up to my understanding, very good a companion for you, no? That will help you to step further. So, and if you remind my previous video where I said, if you face certain topics, certain challenges, like to deal with esotericism and spirituality, many people will say, oh my gosh, what's that? That's bullshit, that doesn't help me in life. And then, you know what? These are the people that have the biggest life challenges like accidents, people die, loss of partners and working problems, illnesses and all that stuff, they can go this way. It's this, at the end it's the same way. You can go this way with all that mentioned things that will happen, or you can go into the same direction, but you understand and discover the meaning behind these circumstances that come into your life. And then this is the passive side, esotericism side, and this is the spirituality side. Here you start to play. Here you become the creator of your life. You know, here you become God itself because you create, and here you are just pushed or even just pulled. You know what I mean? Because at the end the direction is almost the same. But here there is a big danger. It might be that you stop, block, or that you have to live many lives to go as fast as you can go on the other lane, because this is a much smoother lane, it's much more happier lane, it's much more joyful, and it's much more continuously. This is stop and go. This is continuously. Spirituality, esotericism, more passive and active way. You can see things always like you want, but compare both sides. That's the best I can recommend you. Yeah, and in my previous video I talked about that there are so many patterns and things inside you that come up when you face a challenge like that, when you have to change your perspective or to deal in another way with a problem, and then all these barriers and these mechanisms and automatisms and patterns and all these safety patterns that rise up from nowhere and block you from having this important meeting or this important telephone call or reading this book or going to a certain coaching session or to a sports class or meditation class or whatever. And in this moment it's, oh, I feel like having a flu or something like that. And this is the question of life. Are you willing to go further? Do you want to step up? Do you want to proceed? This is the question. And don't mix it up. I will make another video about that. Your feelings are your best navigation tool. Sometimes you shouldn't go to this class, but sometimes it's a challenge. And life is asking you if you are willing enough, brave enough, and if your heart is open enough, or if you want to open your heart for going through that, even if it's sometimes not so comfortable what you will experience in the first place. But in the long run, the benefits, the reward for what you get when you invest now, when you go over your fears, your anxiety, when you face them, when you embrace them, every time when you feel fear, anxiety, and if you feel down or depressed, and you have the power to embrace that and say, okay, I feel that, I feel every single emotion that is connected with that. I go through these emotions. I embrace these emotions and I embrace the pain because I know I'm stronger, I'm a much more higher creature than just physical feelings. And I go through that. Then you will heal your heart. You will understand what life, God itself, your soul being wants to tell you. And then you get in life and then you become the greatest version, a better father, a better employee or better employer or whatever. You become better, and better means more open, being a more warm-hearted person, a person with more love, which has nothing to lose. And this is what I want to wish you. Many words, but my goal is to remind you how beautiful you are, how precious and priceless you are, what's inside of you. And this is the way I'm coaching, not only with words. I teach classes, I do workshops, and yes, I do them in Germany, but I do them also online in a Skype session where I have time for my clients and I give them the techniques, how they can use their body to center themselves, how they can use breathing techniques, what they organize in their everyday life, how they should eat and all that stuff, all placed together. They're all small tools, and at the end you will come closer and closer to your solution. That's it. And this is me, this is Daniel, and I'm created Soul2Body for you, to get your soul, your beautiful soul being into this life, and your vessel is your body. Feel free to join, to subscribe, please subscribe, to share, to like, and to comment, and let this grow, because the message is from my heart, and I'm so eager to do this, and I'm really looking forward to get in contact with you, and we will hear us soon, and thanks a lot for your time. I know that your time is so precious. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best in life. Much love. We see us.
Life is worth much more than gold.